Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Wednesday is field trip day. And today I'm actually sending you to the Getty Museum because that's who started our art challenge that you guys have been working on. And again, I so appreciate the entries that I've seen. My 10-year-old was looking at them. She's like, we have to do that. I'm like, yeah, we do. I need to do one myself. So we'll work on that. But I appreciate what you guys have been sending. They're awesome. And you can still send those in until Friday. On the form, or excuse me, on the folder that I attached on Monday's post. That will give you credit for that day. Otherwise, you can do the other days if you're not interested in an A+. So today is field trip day. And the Getty is actually located in Malibu, California. I don't know if anybody's ever been out there before, but it looks pretty sprawling. I've been to Malibu, but never the museum. It's been there since the 1950s, and it really does house some well-known paintings. So because I like to do my research and fall into the rabbit hole that is the internet, I found out that the Van Gogh irises that are there were purchased for over $53 million in 1987. Still a lot of money, but that's a long time ago too, and at the time it was the highest amount ever paid for a painting. Also found out that Rembrandt's man in military costume is there, which I was like, okay, yeah, it's a Rembrandt. And then I dug in a little deeper, and very much like Picasso's Blue Guitarist that some of you saw last week at the Art Institute, there's a painting underneath that painting. So oftentimes painters couldn't spare canvases, so if a painting wasn't working the way they wanted, they would gesso it and start over. So this is a scientific kind of analysis, x-ray sort of thing of this painting of a young man, interestingly, upside down and underneath the old man. And then, super interesting, the Getty family, which maybe you've heard that name before because they are one of the wealthiest families in the world. They have been wealthy for quite a long time, and as you probably know, being wealthy sometimes brings some problems. So really interesting story here about the grandson of the original Getty getting kidnapped in the 70s, I think. And his mom was divorced from his dad at the time. They lived in London, and they got kidnapped by, I don't know, you gotta read the story, I don't know, mobsters, somebody. And the grandfather, the original Getty, thought the whole thing was a hoax or wasn't that interested in getting the grandson back. So originally they asked for millions of dollars, and the man was like, meh. So they had the grandson for 3 months cut off his ear, which is very Van Gogh-ish, and mailed it to the Gettys as evidence that, they actually had him and they actually wanted money. So eventually the grandfather paid the money. This is the most interesting part. Paid $2.2 million because that's what his tax accountant said he could pay without getting taxed. And then the kidnappers were like, no, we still want 3 or something. So the grandson's dad had to borrow from his father the rest of the money to get his own son back and had to pay his father interest. So there you go. You think maybe your family has problems. That's an interesting one. On a brighter note, I've been telling you guys what the national days are just because it makes me sad that my calendar has nothing on it. So here at our house, we just sort of labeled all the days just so something's on our calendar. And this one I'd never heard of before, National Al-Azhar's Day. It's a day where you're just kind of being grateful for what you have. And they say it's a 3-prong approach. So you can just like reflect on nature and be grateful for nature, which, if it's a nice day, sunny day, go out and do that for sure. Get out. Second way is just to appreciate what you have, count your blessings, count your luck. And the third way is to share. And I feel like in times like these, all 3 of those things are good things to remember to do. And I don't know about you, but this has been a little hard on my emotional, mental state. Not seeing you guys, not being at work, not feeling as worthy, I suppose, not feeling like I'm helping. It's tough. So take care of yourself. Take care of yourself today. And I'm going to try to dwell more on those positive things today than the negative, scary things. Remember, as always, to get counted for credit for participating today, there will be a Google form linked here very soon. I'm going to do that now. And that's where I check that you were actually here today. Have a good Wednesday, guys.